We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a for hire plot.
Lil Durk's real name is Durk Bank, and he is from Chicago. This is his mugshot from Florida, where he was arrested last night.
Lil Durk just got hit with a major setback inside jail. Reports say he's been thrown into solitary confinement after officers allegedly found a phone hidden in his cell. Yeah, a full-blown contraband scandal.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS. And right now we're going to show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of BS.
Someone locked up with Lil Durk is claiming the feds set him up, saying that phone was planted just to make his time inside even worse. But the story doesn't stop there. Reports are saying Durk was caught in a serious altercation earlier this morning, and that drama had Lil Baby jumping online fast, tweeting, "I don't care about nothing else other than Durk right now, free the bro." That tweet got the whole internet buzzing. Right after, word broke that Durk's close homie Glee passed away in Chicago, fueling talk that OTF members are being hunted down one by one. Fans started connecting dots, wondering who's really out for revenge. What made it even wilder, Quando Rondo and Lil Tim both dropped interviews the same exact day. People haven't forgotten, it was Quando and Tim tied to King Von's death, and now with Durk facing charges tied to allegedly hiring the hit on Quando's friend Lil Pab, the motive looks real personal, just like Lil Tim once said.
Shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn. If Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f*** him and shit like that. Cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
That's when Quando Rondo jumped in too, echoing the same pain, saying he wishes things had gone down differently, like the whole beef never started in the first place.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like, it could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
It's wild how Quando and his camp suddenly acting like they just want peace, like they don't care anymore. Soon as news dropped that Lil Durk was caught up in another jail incident, they moved quick, thinking he was about to walk free, but that release talk got shut down fast once word spread he's now sitting in solitary confinement. Still, rumors started flying after Durk's father supposedly said his son could be getting out on bond soon. This would be his third attempt, and apparently, his lawyers came with an offer so strong that the judge might not even be able to turn it down.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the lease for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for that we have a good ruling in our favor.
But here's the twist. Prosecutors actually dropped key evidence against Lil Durk, clearing the path for his possible release. During today's court hearing, they told the judge straight up that they're willingly tossing the evidence out, but not before reading it out loud in front of everyone in the courtroom. They quoted lyrics that hit hard. They told me they got an addy, go. They got the location. Go look on the news, see your son screaming no. That line sent chills through the whole room. It was like watching Durk's bars come to life in real time.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
No! This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
It was wild and straight up messy for the feds to make that kind of announcement right there in the courtroom while tossing the evidence out. It felt like a setup in disguise. But soon after, Charleston White jumped in, giving his take on Lil Durk's situation and stirring the pot even more.
This is a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
Charleston White made it clear he's not feeling the idea of Lil Durk walking free. He blasted the whole situation, saying it's a bad look for justice. But then a professional lawyer weighed in, breaking down exactly what it means when prosecutors suddenly drop their own evidence.
The other allegation they backed away from, which is huge, it shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy. And now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
For Lil Durk, this move was a major win. The feds dropping those lyric-based charges was a blessing in disguise. Even Durk's official lawyer, Drew Findling, spoke out, calling the entire case a straight-up joke and saying the system's been trying too hard to make an example out of him.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Act. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
But just a few days later, the judge finally made his move, and it wasn't what Durk's team hoped for. Reports say the feds demanded that Lil Durk go broke, giving up his property if he wanted a shot at bond. They claimed his money made him too dangerous, worried he might use his fortune to put bounties on witnesses and silence people connected to the case.
No bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
Then a fan dropped a tweet that went crazy viral saying, "If you think Durk got denied bond just because he's rich, you clearly don't know this case." The post claimed that DD's brother secretly snitched and that the feds kept it quiet to blindside Durk's lawyers. Not long after, reports surfaced about new body cam footage showing a man named Ted supposedly begging to snitch on Durk and other OTF members, completely shaking up the case. Now Durk's legal team has filed new paperwork asking for more time on their bond proposal. Everyone's wondering, what exactly did Ted tell the feds? Because he's not just some random name. Ted is OTFD's brother, one of Durk's closest hitters, and cops allegedly caught him at a convenience store with a firearm tucked in his jeans pocket.
Really? Sure, yeah. Dude had it. What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
When Ted got picked up and driven to the station, things got tense fast. Before even stepping inside to be processed, he started panicking, telling the cops, "I swear, I'll tell y'all about the passing." He was desperate, begging not to be locked up, practically offering information just to save himself.
Come on.
Hey, stop it. Stop it.
I tell you about the money, I swear to God. I tell you about the money. I used to bitch my son. I tell you about everything. I swear to God. I tell you, I will tell you, please. Please, I swear, please, please.
While Ted sat in that holding cell, an officer came in to question him and pull whatever info he had, and Ted was ready to spill everything. He didn't want a lawyer, didn't want silence, just freedom. All he wanted was to rat out everyone he knew involved in crime so he could get out of that cell fast.
Wait, hold on. You gotta relax from me, because I can't understand you. I have to be like, what's the number? What you saying, man? We're gonna pull what we do for you. You see what we can do for you. You gotta relax, man. I'm gonna get on the grip. Relax. Give me no, I'm saying, what are you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
But once Ted's last name popped up in the court paperwork, fans lost it. They instantly thought it was Dee Dee who had snitched since they share the same last name, and the internet ran with it. To make things even messier, rumors started swirling that King Von's cousin, Vini, was also cooperating with the feds, though nothing was confirmed. The streets were buzzing, tensions rising fast, until Durk's close friend Bezo decided to hop on Instagram Live to clear the air and calm the chaos.
No more know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real, for real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on, for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about funny a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on, for real. All my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
But then came the real shocker. OTFV, NI's own father confirmed his son was the one who snitched. Wild, right? Hearing a dad expose his own kid like that had everyone stunned. He spoke directly with DJ Academics, laying it all out, and even dropped another bomb, claiming that Vini might have been involved in King Von's passing. That revelation flipped the whole situation upside down and sent the internet into a frenzy.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, is it open? Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, was it open? This is what he asked him. Was it open? It was the exact words, was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right here.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? Yeah. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk who told on Von before he died.
That revelation had DJ Academic scratching his head, wondering why Lil Durk would ever want King Von gone in the first place. But when you dig deeper, it starts to make sense. Durk and Von still had an open criminal case together before Von's death. That connection gave Durk a possible motive that fans can't ignore. The case later ended in a quiet settlement, which made people speculate even more. Some believe Durk might have shifted the blame toward Von after he passed, just to make the whole thing disappear.
Why would Durk want Von?
Man, let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table and I pass you up? Don't nobody want their cheap spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
thing. Dude was signing the boys. Von wasn't no.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that, which was interesting.
Come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He had a public defender.
Then a tweet blew up online saying, Vini's dad leaking that Durk had Von dealt with makes me wonder why Durk always goes on Instagram whenever someone close passes. And it's true. Fans noticed a pattern. Every time tragedy hit, whether it was King Von, Lil Pab, or FBG Duck, Durk hopped on live almost instantly. People now think that might have been a calculated move. Fans claim Durk uses Instagram Live as an alibi because if he's seen online during the same time, it helps him look innocent. But things got darker after Vini's father spoke again, saying his son had flipped and gone federal. He even dropped another wild claim, that Vini allegedly orchestrated both the Lil Pab and King Von situations, which sent social media into total chaos over who really pulled the strings.
Oh, no, he ain't take my advice. He ain't responding no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't responding nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches of paint. Okay.
Trenches where?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Bonnie snitching with the text messages? Like, that's...
I don't know who said that, but that was me.
But that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text message was about.
No, that's just saying what he can cop out to and this, that. And with me saying Bond, some people like, man, what he gonna tell us online?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm free to know what the Bond name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him. You gonna tell me just like you orchestrate. And guess who you work for?
Vini's father comes straight from the streets, and his code is simple. If someone snitches, you can snitch on them. That's exactly why he publicly called out his own son for flipping on Durk. Even King Von's sister backed it up, and Durk's own sister-in-law jumped in too, calling Von's cousin, Vini, both a rat and a snitch. The feds, meanwhile, are still eyeing Durk closely, saying their biggest fear is him putting out bounties, which just happens to be what he's officially charged with. Rumors say that even after Durk got locked up, he might have placed another one. Why? Because one key witness, OTF Jam, hasn't been seen or heard from in months. Fans online keep asking, has anyone heard from Jam since he snitched on Durk? Several names tied to this case have vanished, but Jam's disappearance stands out, especially after he was called a rat publicly on DJ Vlad's platform.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now he put everyone in the jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
But then came the breaking report. OTF allegedly tracked down Jam hiding out in a house just outside Atlanta. Sources say Jam got dealt with after being exposed for snitching on Durk. A leaked photo from the scene started circulating online showing where Jam had been staying. And here's the catch. His cooperation with authorities has been devastating for Durk's case. Jam reportedly handed over more than 230 gigabytes of digital evidence. Audio, video, and over 20,000 pages of reports now being processed for discovery. That's not small talk. That's a full digital takedown. A recent court update even stated that the feds believe Durk might have paid to have two more people dealt with. One was Stefan Mack, the man who previously took out Durk's brother D-Thang. The other, Jam's own baby mama, who Durk allegedly targeted after learning Jam snitched. What really set off alarms was a resurfaced Instagram Live where Jam looked nervous and kept tugging at his jacket. Fans think he might have been wired up, feeding info to the feds while pretending everything was normal.
Hey, kid. Give me the check on your man. Don't you got the check? Hey. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I didn't have a day architect. I'm having a dare.
At some point, Durk clearly caught wind that Jam was cooperating with the feds. You can even see it in one of his interviews. He practically hinted at it, dropping subtle lines that showed he already knew somebody in his circle had flipped.
I see from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I can have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your cooperate.
Durk opened up a little more in that interview, but once he realized people in his own circle were turning on him, everything changed fast. He tightened up his security, switched homes, and stopped letting anyone come around. No visitors, no friends, just silence and caution all around him. It's sad when you think about it. Jam flipping on Durk after everything Durk did for him. Just a few years back, Durk blessed Jam with $50,000 to help him get on his feet and even gave him a place to stay. That kind of loyalty makes the betrayal sting even more, especially now that Jam's name is tied to the feds.
What's his name? He's steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Look, boy. Get him up to the big mama crying, bro. See that? Feed him. For my baby. I gotta hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. No sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do it. Whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Bro got out what? You know how many you did it off? How many years I did it off? Yeah. That's your latest bit. 12? 12. That boy popped out 12 years. Yeah. So much money. We really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
But here's where things get real suspicious. The people seen in the background of that live match the same suspects tied to Lil Pap's death. Fans even noticed those exact faces hanging out with King Von in old videos from back in the day. That connection had everyone convinced this wasn't random. It was a planned hit on Lil Pap, and the setup had been in motion for a long time.
Solitary.
Hey,
Stone.
we just looked at him.
Let's go over there.
What up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money maker stepped in.
But when it comes to tying Durk to the Stephen Mack situation, the feds think they've got something solid. They pointed to an Instagram story Durk posted the very same day Stephen was taken out. It read, "For D-Thang." What made it even wilder, the next day Durk was seen laughing on IG, and that timing had investigators raising eyebrows fast.
Hey, somebody always said, slap car. Somebody always said, slap car. Well, look on who that up here.
Durk's lawyer finally sat down for an interview and didn't hold back. When DJ Academics asked if they'd ever consider taking a plea deal to end the madness, attorney Drew Findling shut it down instantly, saying that's not even an option.
You know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen like, this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's gonna be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
Durk's legal team is going all in. They're aiming for a full acquittal, not just a deal. His lawyer sounds confident too, standing firm that Durk will walk free. Their main defense? That all the statements being used against him fall under his First Amendment rights. They're arguing that everything Durk says, whether in his songs or online, is just artistic expression, meant to boost his career, not proof of real-life crimes.
There's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, the First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is...
Things are finally starting to look up for Lil Durk. Another seasoned lawyer stepped in saying Durk might actually get released under conditions similar to Young Thug's situation. It's not guaranteed yet, but if that happens, it could completely flip the direction of this entire case.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we'd look at is Young Thug. down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted, and I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months before.
And let's not forget, these feds don't really understand how rappers move or talk. That lack of street awareness could end up hurting their whole case, since they might be twisting Durk's lifestyle and lyrics into something they were never meant to be.
Yeah, and I'll go out on a limb and say that sometimes prosecutors don't necessarily understand hip-hop culture. It's almost like a text without context. So you got to really understand the time, the place, the audience. Sometimes they might speak in ways that seem direct to somebody that's outside of the culture, but doesn't necessarily, but can mean several things to someone inside the culture. So it would certainly be a flub, big time, right? But it wouldn't be the first time that such a thing has happened where somebody looking through the window, particularly of hip hop culture, doesn't understand what's being said other than their desired use of it.
However, the feds aren't blind to how deep the hip hop world connects behind the scenes, and now there's buzz about another snitch being lined up. Prosecutors reportedly pushed back Durk's shot at bond just to gather more evidence before the next hearing, while quiet talk about this new informant spreads through the courtroom. What makes it even more explosive is that this rumor dropped the same week Brick Baby got arrested alongside Big U, Loose Cannon, and others in a massive Rolling 60s takedown. That timing had everyone talking. Lawyers close to the situation believe Brick Baby could be the one pressured to flip on Lil Durk, handing over key info to save himself. And here's why that theory's got weight. Brick Baby actually knew about the hit on Lil Pab. Not long after Pab's death, he even went live saying, "You can't say Durk didn't slide for King Von." That one line made fans think he knew more than he should have, and now prosecutors are betting he's the missing piece who can tie it all together.
But was this an attempted hit or
Well,
they
can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
Why?
God.
Wait, who died? You can't say that no more. Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Federal charges in California?
Nah, because Lil Pab.
So this is about the...
Oh! What's that? But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more.
What's wild is that the feds now think Brick Baby might have been the one who sent Quando Rondo's location to Durk's camp before the hit went down. They're connecting it to that lyric, "Told me they got an addy, they got the location, go," believing it was a coded reference to Brick Baby being the plug for that info. And the craziest part? Brick Baby himself once admitted that if Durk had asked, he would have dropped Quando's location. That one line alone made investigators dig even deeper, trying to prove he wasn't just talking tough. He might have actually helped line it all up.
Why is that? Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, had he had asked me, I probably would have been if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said if he make the call right now, I'd something.
Right.